important person I'm going to introduce is my dad. His name is Hang Lee, and he's my biological and father. And my name is Songgan Lee, and my grandmother and my dad basically gave my name. To begin with, I'm going to tell you some of the background about Korea. In Korean, the language, there are two types of languages. One is in a formal way. So when I told you that there's hierarchy in age, so when I talk to an older person or a person that I have to respect, or it's a really, there are lots of audiences, so I have to respect them, we use that formal language. But if I talk to my friends or a younger person, I use the informal way. My dad taught me how to respect others. When I was young, usually when parents teach their kids, they talk to them like they're talking as an adult to a child. They basically try to put their mind into the kid, and they didn't do that to me. And I'm really thanking my mom and dad for that, because that really helped me by just respecting me as a person to person, not a child to an adult. My mom and dad would always answer my why questions when I was really young. And that's how I grew up this well. Yeah, and but my dad was also a hypocrite, because it was a few months ago we went to a Korean barbecue restaurant, and my dad was being bossy to a serving person. He was probably a part-time worker, and he was lacking respect, like using the informal way to him. So I told him, Dad, you shouldn't use that words just because he's serving you, and like you're older than him. Then when the server came back, my dad talked to him and said sorry in the formal way. And I really appreciate my dad, because lots of adults don't get their child's opinions because they think I'm trying to attack, like being offensive to my dad. Also, one lesson that I learned from him is how to love your family. My dad and my grandfather were born in really poor houses. My dad had a dream. His dream was to become a mechanic or an engineer. My mom told me this, so I don't really know concrete, but yeah. Also in Korea, the family generation is really important. So having a son is important. And my grandmother had 3 sons, and my dad was the first. My grandmother wanted to escape poverty because it's so obvious, and so when my dad wanted to apply for college in mechanics or engineering, she refused him to do that, and she just put him into doctor's high school, medical college, so he could become a doctor. So now he's a surgeon, neurosurgeon, and yes, he fixes people's and saves people's lives. So what happened to him was, he was really smart. When he took the Korean SAT, he was almost the top of all Korea, so he could basically go to the best college in Korea, but he failed somehow because he got mistakes or something, and he got to like the major colleges, but the major colleges were so expensive that he couldn't apply, and he had 2 younger brothers. So he asked my grandfather if he could apply, but he said no, we don't have that money. And probably that felt really bad for my father. And when I came to Blue Ridge, my family wasn't that financially, couldn't support that much financial money, so we were having a hard time, but my dad said that it reminds of his college, so he could apply for Blue Ridge School for me. So I learned that I could sacrifice myself for my family. Thank you for listening.